Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Acupuncture is My Life. Now, again, and I know it's going to raise quite a few eyebrows, but this is a topic that I guess has become urgent because there have been many women globally that have been asking that I discuss women and cancer. So I'm going to use this time to do it. I'm going to turn it into a 2-part series. And this is to assist women in looking out for certain signs that you may be faced with a certain type of cancer. Okay? And I'm going to ask some of you on the Acupuncture is My Life app to be patient because we have a long list of requests. And we're attempting to cover as many as possible, and we may go up to 3 podcasts within a 24-hour period due to the overwhelming amount of requests for certain topics to be covered, and how can someone benefit from acupuncture with regard to a certain health issue. And for those who do not already have the Acupuncture is My Life app, you can download it. It's free. If you have an iPhone, go to the Apple Play Store. And if you have an Android, you can go to the Google Play Store. And you can ask, message, chat, any topic, question you may have. Peruse the blogs covering a various assortment of health topics and how you can benefit from acupuncture. You can also listen to the podcasts while you're on the go on your phone through the app. You can watch the Acupuncture is My Life YouTube channel. You can even subscribe to the channel. So much on that app for free to your avail, so feel free to download it. Now, when it comes to symptoms of cancer in women, first, and many are familiar with, to look out for is a lump in the breast. That's your more common sign of breast cancer. Because it'll present with tissue in a particular area in the breast that begins to grow thicker. And that's relative to lobular carcinoma. The lump in the breast is for ductal carcinoma. And this lump, it'll feel different from any of the other tissue area in the breast. And that's a sign to see your physician, and after seeing your physician, contact your local acupuncturist. Now, there are several signs of ductal or even lobular carcinoma, which is changes in the breast, the area around the breast. And this includes changes in the shape and size of a person's breast, their nipples. Like the nipple can present as being inverted, or it can be pointing inwards, which is pretty much the same. You can experience discharge from the nipple. totally non-related to pregnancy or having recently given birth. And this discharge can present with blood, as well as you can present with a lump on your axillary node, which is under your arm. Another sign is changes. You can notice that the breast area, especially around the lump, can present as purple or red. But that's a sign of inflammatory breast cancer, which is rare. It's quite rare, but some women do get it. So when you see like this purple or red discoloration on, let's say, approximately like 1/3 of your breast, see a physician and then contact your local acupuncturist. You know, because with breast cancer, you can experience like swelling of the breast, pitted skin, dimpling. You know, the skin will look orangey. It'll have a burning sensation, an itchy sensation. It'll be tender. It'll feel warm. And again, there'll be a lump under your arm or even near your collarbone. And women, ways to look out for colorectal cancer. So when you begin to notice changes in your bowel movement, it'll alternate from diarrhea to constipation to back to diarrhea. Your stool consistency will be altered. You can go to the bathroom to have a bowel movement, but then when you're done, you'll feel an urgency to have another one after having felt that you were already done. There can be signs of, let's say, abdominal pain, cramping, and like all cancers, you're going to notice weight loss. And colorectal cancers will also present with blood in the stool because in the case as such, you're bleeding in your digestive tract. And it'll present in your stool. And it's good to take a stool sample to your physician on your annual visit or just when you notice these symptoms. And you get your results, you see your acupuncturist, and acupuncturist will contact Acupuncturist My Life and take it there. Because this bleeding in the digestive tract will make your stool present as darker than normal. And if it persists without being checked, you can become anemic. Symptoms of fatigue and weakness. That's because you're experiencing a low red blood cell count. So it's important to be aware of these symptoms. And as you already know, if you're a regular listener to Acupuncture's My Life, if you're a regular listener, you'd already know that I'm running a breast cancer series 1 day per week. So the next one, I think it's in 3 days, the next episode. So if you've missed any of that, just look over past podcasts and you'll come across it. I think the next one is part 2 or 3. I think it's part 3, if I'm not mistaken. Okay? And this series will be running for quite a few months. So I want you guys to be prepared for that. Another sign of, let's look at a sign of, let's say, cervical or ovarian or uterine or vaginal cancer. There'll be unusual vaginal bleeding. Okay, abnormal bleeding can occur even after menopause. Bleeding between periods and periods that last longer than they normally do and they're much heavier. That can be a sign of some form of gynecological cancer, such as cervical or uterine or ovarian or even vaginal. Not vulvar cancer, though. And I'll get to that shortly. But let's just look at ovarian cancer. Female can experience lower back pain, changes in their appetite, abdominal bloating, loss of appetite. You're satiated much quicker than normal. You can experience pain in the pelvic area. And that's common. That's a regular symptom between both uterine and ovarian cancer. Then there'll be constipation and an urgency to urinate. Now those two symptoms occur more commonly in vaginal cancers as well as ovarian cancer. You see, making acupuncture a part of your life doesn't guarantee you can't experience this, but you really, really, really greatly reduce the risk of experiencing some form of gynecological cancer. You really do. Now, another, let's say, symptom of vaginal cancer, a symptom of vaginal cancer can be like pain when you're having sex. It's very painful. Very painful. There'll be vaginal discharge and bleeding. These are symptoms of vaginal cancer. There'll be pelvic pain, pain when urinating, swelling of the legs, pain in your back, lower back, as well as your leg. Abnormal bowel movements, symptoms of vaginal cancer. You have questions, concerns about this, you sit with a physician and sit with your local acupuncturist or contact Acupunctures My Life. Because this is serious, very serious. Serious forms of cancer. Cancer, period. It's not just these. It's about taking your health serious. You don't want to wait until you're affected by these and then look to address it, not knowing what stage it's in at that point. Then if you hear, maybe I can improve your quality of life or extend your lifespan by a couple of days or weeks, individuals become upset. The question becomes is, you were experiencing these symptoms, why not address them? And I understand some individuals are nervous or are too busy or didn't know. And that's why you listen to the Acupuncture is My Life podcasts. because it's a way to sound the alarm on your situation. It's a way to sound the alarm. Okay? Now you have vulvar cancer. I said I was going to get to this. And a clear indicator is when the color of the skin on the vulva begins to change. And vulva cancer is the only type of gynecological cancer that would include pain, burning, itching, and tenderness of the vulva. The only one. And this is along with the changes on the skin of the vulva. There'll also be warts. There'll be a rash. There'll be sores. Okay? And I'm hoping discussing some of these symptoms can help many of you women globally. Because is acupuncture great for dealing with and treating gynecological issues? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. It's the reason why I'm always saying see an acupuncturist, along with seeing your physician on an annual basis. Make regular wellness visits a habit from here on out. Now, another type of cancer to be worried about or concerned about or pay attention to is lung cancer, because there are individuals with a persistent cough and they do not address it. They just feel, well, I'll drink a little water, it'll go away. And this persistent cough worsens with time. They'll experience wheezing, chest pain, hoarseness, along with them coughing, laughing, or even taking a deep breath. And they can even cough up blood or have like a bronze color to their saliva. They can experience recurrent lung infections such as pneumonia and bronchitis. It's a sign of lung cancer. But please, take heed to some of these symptoms and what it can potentially be, and see your physician, see your local acupuncturist, or contact Acupuncture My Life, because we're here for you. This is why we do this for free. Download the app. There's so much you can learn. So many things you can learn where you're like, oh my gosh, I didn't know that symptom. That was a serious sign of something. Wish I had paid attention to it, or I'm glad, I've been made aware. So happy. But you can do me a big favor. I don't ask for much. I only ask that you make acupuncture part of your life. Because acupuncture is my life. What's yours?